Hello everybody and welcome to the next Bikes video, and today guys we're going to be taking a look at the NorCal facility created by Kells. We have a full motocross track and a full supercross track, and let me tell you something right now before we get into this guys. This motocross track is absolutely amazing. Okay, some of the most realistic and fun ruts and roughness that I have seen. The scaling's great, the flow of the track, you got some booters that put you up in the air, and you're going to get to see me have some fun, learn the track, and also trying to hot lap it. All right, it's kind of a complicated track. It's a little bit tricky, but again, one of the most fun tracks that I've ridden so far in 2025 that's not an aerial track. You know, those aerial tracks, they're made by a crew of people. Kells is a solo dude, all right? That makes it even more impressive. But yeah, it's super realistic. Got a ton of fun riding it. You guys are going to get to see that here in a moment. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to be talking about the final round of SMX, the real life race. Okay, there's a lot of drama that happened. I want to talk about it a little bit. So that'll be towards the end of the video if you guys want to hear that. But first, we're going to check out this compound, have some fun, throw down some heaters, hit that summit, that like button. Let's get on the track, boys. All right, boys, we are here, and we're going to start here with the motocross track, and then we're going to go supercross. And at the end of the video, I want to kind of talk about the IRL racing that happened on Saturday night, because that was absolutely insane. And I just want to talk about that a little bit more because I think it deserves a bit of discussion. You know, it was the end of the year. There were some important moments and some interesting things that happened that kind of affect, obviously, MX Nations and stuff like that. So if you want to hear that, that'll be towards the end of the video. But yeah, we're just going to kind of start riding this track here, get used to it, hot lap it. That's what we usually do in these videos, and then go over to the supercross track and do the same thing. So without further ado, let's get into it, boys. So instantly I am seeing we got a lot of detail. Okay, what I mean by that is it looks like the roughness and the ruts were sculpted very intentionally, and they're very flowy. I can already feel that right now. And so I'm going to go first person because I kind of want to start getting some speed. But that's also going to mean it's going to be a track where we're really going to have to focus on the lines that we're taking and trying to understand what is going to be fast in certain sections. You kind of have an opportunity there to maybe double over that roller. Those ruts kind of push to the outside. But, dude, I feel like we haven't gotten a track like this on the shop in a while. That's not like an aerial motocross track. I feel like a lot of the tracks we've seen that are free or on the shop, they're pretty smooth. They don't have a lot of ruts. I feel like the height map's not like super developed. But guys, this is a Kells track. He's been making tracks for a very long time. I think probably around 4 or 5 years. And they are always legendary. Okay, I saw some good reviews on this, some good comments on Instagram. People were saying this is one of their favorite height maps of 2025. Some of the best ruts and roughness. So I can already see what they're talking about. It looks really, really nice and really flowy. I like how these jumps kind of send you and just kind of how the track flows in general. This is a fantasy track from what I read in the track description. Got to be creative with this one, and I love to see that. Now, there is no elevation, really. Okay, it's basically just a flat motocross track. Not a huge fan of that. Okay, I think if you're a track creator and you want to make a fantasy track, you got to add some hills. Okay, just at least add one hill. All right, I feel like it's not too much to ask, but that is one of the things I will always ask track creators to do. If you're going to make a fantasy track, you got to have a little bit of elevation there somewhere, okay? But that's the only gripe I have so far. Other than that, it's pretty good. I just suck, clearly. But this is going to be an interesting one to try to hot lap. It's also kind of a long lap time. I'd say probably around 2.5 minutes, maybe a little quicker than that. It does look like the finish line was back there, so we already passed that. So this is kind of our first out lap right now, and see if I can kind of pick some speed up. Scrubbing is going to be very important. A lot of these jumps kind of send you quite high. If you don't scrub well, we'll see if we can stand around that right. Yes, we can. I think that's probably going to be the fastest line. Outside, you kind of got a leveled off berm. I don't think that's better than that middle rut. That jump definitely sends you pretty high. I'm going to try to go outside here to see if I can maybe triple into this. We can. Is that quicker? I don't know. You have to check up for this, right? Yes, you do. W memory. Triple. Okay, let's see if we can try to double into the inside. I mean, we cased it, but we didn't crash. Dude, I don't know what's quicker there. I mean, the outside feels like it'd be quicker. You got a built-up berm. This inside is definitely faster if you stand, scrub low. If we jump to this outside and just stand up around it. Oh, yeah. Don't think you could triple that and then single into the corner. I think you kind of have to stay double-double. So you can see I'm just trying to weigh my options through every corner. This is what I do every time I get on a track for the first time. I'm just trying to memorize and just kind of scope out what I think the best line would be. That's an interesting one. Outside seems like it'd probably be the best there, but we could probably try the middle rut. Then And what about here? Oh my god, I did not know there was ruts there. Okay, a lot of lines here. It ends up just developing into 3. First glance, middle looks to be the best. You do have a little line that develops there towards the end, which may kind of drag handlebar, so I'm not 100% certain on that. Got 4 lines here that actually develop into 3. Again, middle looks good. A lot of these middle lines look good. Again, right here, middle looks good as well. So, I don't know. Maybe this track's just a middle line type of track. Is the middle good here as well? Oh, this is the inside. Okay, inside's definitely the best there. Oh, dude, do you see how just flow? Okay, what am I doing right now? I might be on steroids. Dude, do you see how flowy these freaking ruts are? And just these corners? You just like hop through roughness and then you're just standing up. Jet Lawrence just absolutely barking. All right, inside. Oh, no, inside's got to be the best there, I feel like. Inside is definitely the best there. Okay, we're going to finish this lap. I'm going to try to take a few different lines. I don't know. That outside's tempting, but yeah, probably middle's quicker there. And I'm just going to take all the other lines that I said were quicker from last lap. So I think the middle's probably the best here. Because you could probably triple and then try to wheelie through. Stay low here. Okay, now we know what we're going to try to do here. We want to triple, double, which we're going to succeed at. And then I'm going to try to stay inside. And then fade out. Stay low here, shift down. Oh, this is a rough corner there. Didn't get a ton of traction on the out there. This outside may not be the best. The inside doesn't look very built up, though, so I feel kind of biased towards it. I think we got a good lap here. I feel like it's going decent. All right, scrub this. Really only got a couple more corners. I don't want to make mistakes. This outside, it honestly gains you probably so much time out of the section. It probably is the best. Try to stay low here and then try to jump to this inside. And there's collisions. Of course, there was collisions on the hay bales. You just love to see it, bro. You absolutely love to see it from the hay bales, the paid oppositions. Okay, now this middle line is definitely the quickest. We'll try outside here. Nah, middle's the quickest there. Okay. That's the finish line. We're going to wait to go over it because I want to start a hot lap right now. I feel like I know all the lines. This should be an absolute burner, boys. Went back to the pits just to clean my bike before this, and it looks like a 2:17 is our fastest lap so far. So we'll see what we can run here. I'm not going to take it 100% because, again, I'm still trying to get used to the track. We're still new here. But I think I have most of the lines memorized. Ooh, I kind of committed to that inside. Probably is the best, though, because it does just lead into a double. Oh, I could definitely triple that. Inside is definitely the quickest here. Oh, not if you hit it like that. We're still fine, though. We're still fine. There's a lot more lap to go. Okay. Middle's got to be the best, right? It absolutely is. Okay, this track is quite tricky, though, and it's because of that roughness leading into the ruts. That's what makes it tricky, because like, the ruts are built up so high that I could probably just go wide open through them, but you can't do that with that roughness going in. It just gives you that extra jitter that keeps that back wheel up so you have no braking power. And if you try to bring the front brake in, you're just going to go over the bars. I kind of lagged a little bit there. That was interesting. Very good line, though. The lines are starting to come together for me here. I feel like that inside's the quickest. It is very sketchy, though. That roughness is jagged. We're trying inside here. I don't know, man. I mean, that's a weird one, dude. It probably is quicker. Because I don't even think you'd go triple single if you went outside there anyway. This is a tricky track, bro. I might get addicted to this. See, like, right there, I almost went over the berm. Just because of that chatter going in. And it's honestly so small and, like, riveting that I feel like your suspension, at least with how MX Bikes works, it doesn't even really give you a chance to use it at all. You're just kind of stuck in that weird non-traction limbo where it kind of just bounces you from bump to bump. I think that's why a lot of the roughness you see in aerial tracks is a lot larger in scale, is because that's really the only way this game works. That's the only way it really engages the suspension. So we finished the lap there. Let's check the lap time right now, boys. We ended up running a 2:08, obviously better than our previous 2:17. So I think we could probably get the lap time down to about a 2:05. So let's go one more time, and then we'll move on to the Supercross track. All right, boys. The goal is to shave 3 seconds off this. That might be a little insane. I'm going to be honest. That lap was honestly pretty damn good. But I'm going to kind of quiet down and just try to show this track off to you guys the best I can, because this is one of the most fun tracks I've ridden in a very long time. This height map is beautiful. We're going to mess that up. It's going to lose us probably half a second from the previous lap, so we're going to have to gain that back. Slow it down here. Come on, come on, come on, go, go, go. I got no drive. It's on me. I tried to Tomac that corner. Doesn't work in MX bikes. It works in real life when you got some dirt to give you traction, but in this game we ride on concrete, so you're just not gonna get it. Gotta stay low here. I know I kind of OJ'd this last time. That's better. Wide open, triple. Nice. Okay, this is pretty good so far. Know what we want to do here. Double. Okay, that's a really good line. Keep it smooth, keep it smooth. Nice. I like this inside. Okay, good out that time. Really good exit. Come on, boys. Okay, we're actually barking. Low. Didn't stay that low, but it's fine. Could have been worse. What do I want to do here? I want to just go middle. And commit on the exit. Okay, that was actually a really good exit. Stay low. No mistakes here. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know about that line, honestly. Middle might be quicker. Okay, we want to jump into this. Great line there. I'll jump in the middle. Okay, we'll see what that lap time was. It's definitely quicker, but is it a 2:05? 2:08.1. Honestly, like barely faster. I mean, 0.4. Basically nothing. We only had a faster second sector, which kind of surprises me. And we apparently lost 0.3 in T1. And then it looks like 1/100th of a second in that last sector. But either way, I love that track. So much fun. And it looks like the Supercross track's gonna be pretty technical as well. So let's go over there and have some fun, boys. All right, boys. Now we got a little bit of NorCal Supercross action. But I just want to say again, love that motocross track. Absolutely amazing. Probably some of the most realistic roughness and ruts. Not just in how they're built, but where they're placed on the track. It's just fun. It's just a fun track. Flowy, great jumps. A true, like, perfect practice track for aerial, MXGP, whatever the series is that you want to race. That track will prepare you. Teach you a lot about standing, how to rail corners, because I feel like it kind of holds your hand a little bit while also being difficult. I think it just matters about the speed that you're going. It's definitely a track all skill levels can ride, but depending on your speed, that's kind of what increases the difficulty, because when you try to go fast, it's a lot easier to make mistakes in that roughness. But now we are here on the Supercross track, which has a bit of a large jump here that goes downhill. I think that is quite interesting. Kind of got an SMX style to it, at least on this side. But I feel like I don't remember last time I saw a Kel Supercross track, all right? I feel like it's been a minute since he's even made a track, at least to my knowledge. So I was excited to see that he released a compound. But he's definitely more known for his MX tracks. But this track, boys, is looking a bit interesting, okay? It's kind of got the aerial scaling. That's what it feels like. I don't think it's the same height map template. It definitely feels somewhat similar. So, I mean, listen, we're on the 450. We should be able to bust out some quads here. I'm kind of interested in seeing what we can do. And so far, we are one lap in. That is the finish line right there. So I've kind of seen the track. Let's see if we can kind of tie a nice smooth lap together. And then we're going to start hot lapping. And then after that, I'm going to talk about IRL. Okay, I know some people want to hear me talk about that, because it was absolutely crazy. Okay, can I quad this? You probably can. Doesn't seem like the smartest move, though. This triple in's very tempting. Very, very tempting. This is definitely the most technical section on the track, because I feel like that triple in's really hard, but I feel like even if you're going to double triple, that's also a really hard line. And I'm not even staying on the track. Holy crap, I'm such a genius. Oh, got a little interesting head shake there. Tried to counter lean me. Okay, let me just get upside down right here for the one time. Dude, I love jumps like that, dude. Absolutely amazing. Oh, there's not a lot of berm there. I was trying to do the triple single. That berm was tiny, dude. It looked way bigger when I was up there. This track is hard, is what I'm realizing. Can we go inside triple quad, maybe? Oh, yeah, we could do that. And quad double. So inside triple quad double. That section's figured out. What is this section? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, so you definitely would want to triple on, step off, and you have that little single. You could also triple in and then quad out. That's another option. The problem there is you're going to be in the air for a long time. So I feel like you lose time. But we're not going to decide on that until we get there because that is towards the end of the lap. Let's put on just a smooth lap together, okay? I tried to do it there. It didn't work. Turns out this track's actually a lot more technical than I thought. But also probably quad into this, right? Yes, sir. Triple. Double into the corner. Then right here, I'm going to shift down to first gear. We're going to double, triple, single. Okay, that's a very hard section. Okay, that double, triple is very difficult. Maybe it doesn't look that hard on camera. Bro, get on this track and try it. That is difficult as hell. Okay, slow it down here. Jump around this corner. This double, and then we're obviously going to float this. You got to scrub it down now. Triple, and then I'm just going to stand up. Try to loosen the speed, get a nice straight run through the whoops. Back up this triple. Let's see if we can. I was gonna try to quad it. We're just gonna step on, step off. Turn, 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 go, go, go. The main thing is, are we gonna have the juice to triple in? We didn't get the traction. Not sure if that's because I was in the wrong gear or what, but didn't get the traction there. Still a pretty good lap though, regardless. And let's see if we can improve on that. Now, I do feel like I found most of the good lines. This quadding up here was a pretty good line. Didn't think I was going to make it, but I did. Let's see if we can make it 2 times in a row. Yes, we can. It's a pretty easy one because it is downhill. A little bit of an OJ there, but we're fine. I'm going to kind of just do the same thing here. Got to get into first gear there on the 450. I think second gear would just bog a little bit too much. Get the massive gap double. Just adds that little funness to the lap. You got a little bit of a floater that you can get steezy on every time. Got this in. Another skeezer right here. You got to time this quite well, though, I will say. Oh, my goodness. I feel like you kind of got to use this. Stand up around that. Whoops are quite easy. No challenge there. That triple's kind of tricky, though. It's quite small. Quad. Shout out SPX. Absolutely eats that case. Nope. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if I have to switch to a 120 tire or what. I feel like I'm not able to get the speed to get that freaking rhythm. Okay, and I could go triple quad, but my ego is telling me you need to triple in because I know I'm going to stay lower. So let's do one more lap here. I'm going to go all out. We're going to see if we can go quicker. Like that lap was quicker than the previous one. So we can do 3 laps in a row that are all quicker than each other. I feel like that's a successful day on the course, I will say. And that also shows that the Jan is learning the track and has gotten close to mastering it. Because I feel like if I hit all these lines, there's really no other lines you could hit. Almost lost it right there. I guess we could double that. Single around this corner. Stay low there. Oh, just absolutely floating it. I need to stand around this, just like last time. I tried to cheat it a little bit. Come on, back in. Stay with me. Triple. I'm not going to get the quad. It's not a big deal, though. Gotta hit this corner good. Yeah, that was actually good. We got a collision, which probably helped us there, honestly. I need a 120 rear. I hate to say it, but I cannot physically hit that on a 110. I don't know why. I think it's honestly, I'm in the wrong gear. But either way, look at the consistency there. If we didn't mess that up, we definitely would have ran a 118, literally 200ths of a second off from the previous lap. But I mean, listen, some linear improvement here. The last 3 laps were all pretty close. We were getting better. You can see our sector 2 is a little bit quicker. Just lost that little extra bit there in sector 3. But overall, that's a fun track. It's very technical, I will say, but a fun one. Let's get back to the motocross track. Let's talk about the IRL racing from Saturday. All right, so obviously Vegas was absolutely insane. I feel like everyone kind of expected it. I mean, Deegan was even posting stuff on his story, kind of like cryptic messages. I think one of them was like, give them nothing, take from them everything or something. Some like weird cryptic, just Sigma male mindset quote. I don't even know, right? So everyone knew he was going to do something. Now, I feel like I didn't know exactly where he was going to take it. If he was going to take it towards Kitchen, was he going to take it towards Shimoda? I didn't really know. First moto was really weird. I hated how that moto ended. You know, obviously the Ryder D incident. Luckily, Ryder D was okay. That was a crazy moment. But Deegan, he just got unlucky there, right? Nothing he could do. Had to, you know, eject from his bike and then get up, and that ended up being the reason he couldn't catch Joe. He would have caught Joe that moto. He had way more speed than him, but because of that crash, he lost too much time. That kind of ruined his opportunity at a takeout in Moto 1, and so that just built the tension for Moto 2, and obviously we all saw what happened. I mean, he worked his way to the front. I thought he was just going to check out. He had already made a couple takeout attempts on Joe in that race early on, and they both failed, and so I thought that was it. I thought he was going to check out in first, win the race, say, hey, look, I'm the fastest guy. Everyone knows it, you know, but I'm just not going to win the title. I'll just accept it. But he did not do that, all right? He did absolutely not do that, and actually he did the opposite. He did a little bit of a move where he decided, no, I haven't lost the title yet, and it doesn't matter how many penalties I get, I'm going to win the title. I mean, that's literally his mentality, because he slowed down, started looking back, which is obviously not allowed. It's literally illegal to do that. So at that point, didn't matter what he did to Joe, he was going to get penalized for it. Weird decision making, but from that point, you know, Joe gets around him, messes with him for a little bit, you know, makes a couple attempts, doesn't succeed in any of them, kind of rubs him. He made one attempt I thought was going to be pretty gnarly. It was the 180 before that step down double on kind of the backside of the track, but he didn't really commit to it. He did seem like he was kind of holding himself back, you know, and probably just to preserve himself. Or maybe he was just trying to scare him. I don't know what his tactic was. You don't know. We're not in his head, but it was kind of weird what he was doing. He wasn't really sending it. And then he ended up going full send before the finish line. Obviously, he goes down, tucks the front, breaks his collarbone. I mean, listen, it's the ultimate karma moment. I was watching this streamer, this like Brazilian dude. I don't even know if he speaks English, in this quote, it was pretty funny. You gotta hear this.
You're out, brother. And he hurt himself. You're out. That's a karma. Karma is a bitch.
And so I think that kind of sums it up. It's just karma. I don't know if I believe in karma, but I mean, that was probably the truest form of it happening in 4K. Now listen, I respect that he wants to win the title. I respect the effort. I think he just went too far, you know? I mean, anyone that's ever put a helmet on and gotten on a dirt bike, or if you do any type of action sport, when you put that helmet on and you get into that zone, you know, and the adrenaline's pumping, you can do stupid things. And he's had a lot of moments in his career where he's done stupid things. Now, most of the time they actually end up working out, which I think is just a testament to how skilled he is on a bike. But this was one of those moments, and really I think the first time in his career where it just really did not work, right? He got injured. I mean, he's had a 3-year career of 0 missed motos, ever. He's never once gotten injured in a race and missed a moto. It's never happened. And, I mean, he didn't miss that moto, technically. It's the last race of the year. Now, the major downside to all this is that he is probably going to miss MX Nations. Now, the collarbone is not a bad injury at all. It's actually a pretty non-severe injury. I mean, it is a broken bone, but it's a bone that can be fixed very easy. It heals quite quickly. But it really just depends what they decide to do as far as surgery. There's guys that have gotten their collarbones plated after a supercross main, and then the next weekend they're racing. That's happened before. I don't know if they would want to do something like that, because that could cause other issues. You know, anything medical, any type of surgeries you get, there's always risks to it. Always. So you always want to take the best path. But if he's really passionate to race it, I think maybe there's a chance he could, but don't quote me on that. He's probably not going to race it. Okay, that sucks. And then 450 Moto 2, Jet Lawrence, I'll just say the guy's just goated. I mean, there's nothing else you could say. The guy's simply too good. I wanted to see Hunter win, but same as Deegan, he needed help, and he didn't get any. No one's really fast enough to hold off Jet, so Tomac unfortunately kind of let him go there towards the end. It was, you know, would have been kind of an interesting finish. Sexton did go down, though, and looks like mild concussion, maybe a possible shoulder injury, so we're probably not going to see him at MX Nations either, so that kind of just leaves the team to Tomac. People are theorizing a Hampshire J-Coupe team. I think that team still has a chance at winning. You know, I feel like USA always has a chance at winning, but obviously Australia's got a strong team. There's a couple other countries that have a good team as well, so it sucks to not see that Team USA group. Probably would have been one of the best teams we've sent in the last decade. But I think everyone wanted to see that. But that's racing. And I think the SMX playoffs and the style of it, it's going to breed that type of racing, right? We love it. I think everyone was entertained by Deegan. Whether you hated it or you loved it, it was entertainment. I mean, that's what the guy brings. The guy brings entertainment. He's one of the most successful riders I've ever seen that always seems to always bring entertainment. Jet is kind of the opposite. He doesn't really make things interesting. He's just so smooth and controlled, and there's no drama. It's just perfection on the course. So he seems to always get it done. But yeah, that's what the SMX playoffs do. They're going to create injuries. They're going to create guys that are pushing it too hard for the money or for the title, and it's gonna keep happening. This is never gonna end. These weird incidents where riders try to take people out, that's never gonna stop. It's not gonna end with Deegan. I promise you that. So I don't know. It kind of sucks that the season ended this way, but it was cool to see Joe win. It was cool to, you know, see Hunter get close to winning. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. I respect Deegan for trying. I mean, terrible execution. I mean, just horrible. But I don't think he really cares. I'm gonna be honest. It didn't seem like he really cared too much. But you could see in his eyes after he got up and he knew he was hurt. He's like, damn, I'm not racing MX Nations now. I feel like that's exactly where his mind went. But he'll learn from it. You learn a lesson and you take it to the rest of your career, and he'll only get better from this. So those are my thoughts. It was entertaining, I guess. What else can you say? If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Great track by Kells. Absolutely love it. But either way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.